Hello, everyone. This is Gigi Drent from Kauai Community College. Today's lesson is going to be a short one. It's going to be on angles. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so what do we know about angles? Today's lesson is to learn about different types of angles and the vertical angle theorem. So the type of angles, you've seen this before, right? So you've seen that full rotation, when you have a point right here and a ray, you know that a full rotation is 360 degrees. We say that all the time, right? All around a circle is is 360 degrees. Okay. Now, what if you just go half of a circle, meaning from here to there? Okay. And that would be half of 360. That's 180 degrees. That's what we call a straight angle. Okay. What about a half of that half of a full rotation, meaning a quarter of a rotation, like this? That is what we call a right angle, and a right angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so, and then you have stuff that are in between, right? So if it's less than 90 degrees, we call that an acute angle. And that's, that's what you usually see, right? When people talk about an angle, you would visualize, I think most of the time, an acute angle. Or you could have an obtuse angle, and that would be an angle that is more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. So that would be that angle right there. It's in between 90 and 180. And then we have the angle that is in between 180 and 360. And we call that the reflex angle. So we would go from here to maybe around here, and that's that angle right there. And that's what we call a reflex angle. Okay, so now you know different type of angles. When we use these words in class, you can visualize the picture, right? See how it looks like. Okay, so here's an example. Let's say if this angle is 40 degrees. Okay, that angle right here, that right there is 40 degrees. Okay, what do we know? We know that angle B plus 40-degree angle is, what kind of angle is this that go from here to there? That's a straight angle, right? And a straight angle is 180 degrees. So you would say that angle B is going to be 180 minus 40, which is 140 degrees, right? So B alone is equal to, B is 140 degrees, okay? Now, angle B right there, that angle right there, okay, is 140. What about angle C? Well, as you can see right here, angle C plus angle B, which we just found to be 140 degrees, is equal to 180 degrees. So angle C is going to have to be 40 degrees. That's this one right here, and that's 40 degrees. Okay, and the same argument can be made to show that angle D is actually 140 degrees as well, because D plus C is a straight angle, right? So, what do you notice here? Stare at that for a second. And let's take a look. Is that what you saw? Something like that. So angle that are like opposite to each other when you have two lines intersecting at a point, for example, angle M and angle N, those are what we call vertical angle. Okay, so angle M and angle N are vertical angles. Okay. We don't talk about vertical angle like one angle, right? It's a pair of vertical angles. And then angle A and angle B are vertical angles. Okay, so let's do some thinking here. I know that, and from the previous example, you would say, oh, hey, look, angle M is going to equal to angle N, right? Because of both, like these ones right here, 40 degrees, 40 degrees, and the other ones are 140 and 140, right? But let's not just use an example to convince ourselves. We actually could do a proof, okay? So let's do a proof of what we call the vertical angle theorem. A proof. So I'm going to attempt to prove to you that angle M is the same measure as angle N. Okay, so I would say angle M plus angle B is equal to a straight angle, right? So M plus B, that's this straight angle right there, and that's 180 degrees. Okay, on the other hand, angle N plus angle B, that would be, which one? That would be this one right here. It goes from here to there. And that would be that straight angle. And that is 180 degrees as well. Okay, so we would write that is 180 degrees. Okay, now if I have an equation, say equation number 1, and I have equation number 2, the left-hand side are the same, the right-hand side are the same, I can go ahead and subtract the left from the left and the right from the right. Logically, they should still be the same. So 180 minus 180 is 0. Yeah. So angle M minus angle N, and then I have angle B minus angle B, that's just 0, it's gone, right? So I have angle M minus angle N is equal to 0. So what does that tell me? If I add N to both sides, then angle M will have to equal to angle N. Therefore, we would say when two lines intersect at one point, the vertical angles have the same measure. Okay, so there is your first geometric proof of the vertical angles theorem. Okay, so let's consider this example here, just so we can practice looking at vertical angles. Find the measure of the unknown angle. That means how many degrees is this, how many degrees is that, and how many degrees is that. Actually, that's not a very good question, is it? We know that this is 63 degrees, right? So I would say instead of find a measure of the unknown angle, I would say find the value of X and Y. Okay, let's do that. Find a value of X and Y. Okay, so we can recognize here that these are vertical angles. So they are of the same measure. So you have Y plus 23 degrees is equal to 63 degrees. Therefore, y is equal to 63 minus 23, y is 40 degrees. So that's the value for y, right? Now, as far as finding x, you have some options, right? You figure this and that, this question mark right here, plus 63 degrees is 180. So you can find this and you would say this one right here and this one right here are vertical angles, or you can just say 2x minus 17 plus 63 is equal to 180 degrees, because that really is a straight angle from here to there, right? So then to solve, you would combine like terms here. That's 2x plus, that would be 63 minus 17. That would be 6. 46 equals to 180. And you would go ahead and subtract 46 to both sides. So then 2x is equal to, that would be 134, and divided by 2. That's how we solve. We undo the operations. So x would be 134 divided by 2. Well, I would think 120 divided by 2 is 60. And then 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I have x is equal to 67 degrees. And there you have it. That's how we are dealing with vertical angles. Okay, so let's recap. Vertical angles have the same measure. And most importantly here, we would say a full rotation is 360, straight angle is 180, and a right angle is 90, and we have stuff in between this. All right, that's it for today.